Hey, welcome to the Original Brew Collective podcast. We are on episode number 7.
Episode 7.
And if you are tuning in for the first time, what we do on these episodes is we have one beer that we review, that we drink, that we talk about, and as well as we have a variety of topics that we share that we call our brewery talk. And also, if this is your first time, my name is Ben, and this is Robert, and yeah, we just have been having a lot of fun doing this, so we're going to continue to do it. We also start our podcast off with 3 questions each episode, so let's just get right into it. So, Robert, what is the last beer that you had?
The last beer that I had was Zombie Woof from Almanac Brewing. It was a collaboration with Pariah Brewing and McKellar in San Diego, and it was a double IPA hazy. Very good beer. Yeah, I haven't had an IPA that tasted like that one. It was really unique. I'm not quite sure what it was that was different about it. Like a little bit of honey in that one.
That sounds interesting.
Or something. But it was a really good IPA. I would recommend it.
How common is a triple collab? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know.
There was 3.
Actually,
that's kind of interesting.
If I remember, I don't remember right now. There's a brewery in the San Diego area that did a collaboration with, I think, 40 breweries, including themselves.
What?
Yeah, I'll have to look up what that was. Yeah, I saw it the other day. I was like, that is insane. So I don't know how that really works. If it's they actually all come out to that one location, or if they just provide input, over the phone or internet or email or whatever, on the recipe or something. I don't know how that really works, but it was it's a massive collaboration.
That's cool. Breweries are doing it right, man. They just really care. it's not just about them. It's about
it's not
about everyone. It's about the beer.
Yeah, they're not trying to be competitors or anything. Like community.
And that kind of reminded me, just really quick, how we talked about resilience in a previous episode, and that is, essentially they're collaborating with. They're sending it out and having people brew it, but I didn't know that they sent it out to other breweries until you said that, and I found out this last week that people, they even sent it to home brewers. Anyone could have the recipe. So there's someone that I knew that brewed it themselves, home brewed it. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a few people online saying that they brewed it at home, but I don't know anyone personally that did it. That's really cool that he did.
Yeah. Dang, so a 3 collab Zombie Woof.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The last beer that I had was a Cabrew. Well, not a Cabrew. It was called Cabrew IPA, and it's by a brewery. I've talked about them before. They're just a local brewery to me, but it's Solid Ground Brewing in Diamond Springs, and it's kind of I was at a bar and they had it on tap, and that's why I got it. It was kind of the only local one that they had there, but that is very popular around. They have it everywhere. At any bar in this area that I live, they have Cabrew on tap. But
I think I've had Cabrew.
Yeah, it's a West Coast style IPA, and it's kind of, to me it's pretty classic West Coast. It has the tropical flavors and then a piney finish, and it's my go-to if I'm just out. And
I don't think I've had Cabrew then, because I don't know if I've had a West Coast from Solid Ground.
Yeah, well, it's a West Coast style, American West Coast style.
Yeah, I'll have to try to find that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. So second question, this one always changes, and we're going to do, this one is a little different. We haven't asked this question before, so I thought it'd be fun to talk about our go-to beers at a grocery store, because obviously we're not always getting beer. You can't always go to the brewery. I guess you could, but what's your go-to if you're at a grocery store and there's what would you pick out of the options there?
Yeah, that's a good question, because it gets pricey going to bottle
shops. It does.
So I'll go to my favorite bottle shop, and that's where I do get the vast majority of my beer, but I'm looking at, $20 for 4 cans.
Yeah, so if you're just trying to pick up a 6-pack.
Yeah, so if I'm just want to pick up a 6-pack, or I'm going to an event where I know people won't appreciate as much meets the beer that I would get. I feel like my go-to is probably Track 7. They're located in Sacramento, and so you can find them at a lot of the grocery stores in our area. They have their IPA, their classic IPA called Panic IPA, which is a West Coast. Very good beer.
Yeah, they distribute much further out of Sacramento too, I believe.
I don't know what the distribution is. I
saw them in Washington.
Oh, really?
When I lived in Washington.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they distributed that far.
It was Panic, and then their honey blonde ale one. Those
Beeline.
are Beeline. Those ones are they're, I don't know, those are, I always see those at stores, and I'm pretty sure I saw those in Washington.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know they distributed that far.
I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just thinking of a grocery store here, but I'm pretty certain that I saw it there, which I thought was pretty sweet.
Well, no one can call you a liar.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless they call the brewery, I guess.
That's true. Yeah, but Panic, that's good. That's a good one. For me, I usually go for Brew Free or Die, and it's by 21st Amendment, and they're in California,
San Francisco,
yeah. And they're just I think it has good flavor, and it's just the 6-pack itself is just so affordable. So that's always and it's a step above Bud Light or Corona.
So that's a big step above.
Yeah. So that's what I usually go for.
Yeah.
Just price wise and quality wise. So, and then our third question is, what beer are you looking forward to trying next? So what is that for you right now?
So the one I'm most excited about, I just got a 750 milliliter bottled sour from Fieldwork Brewing, and you might have to correct me on the name because I sent Ben a picture of it when I got it. I was pretty excited. Through the Fleeting Morning.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it was?
That's it.
Yeah, Through the Fleeting Morning. It was a longer name, and so I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna remember that. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one. I'm gonna try to bring it on so we can review it. So I don't want to get into too many details of what it's like, because I think we will review that one.
Yeah.
I just know it's in the works. I'm gonna hopefully bring that on, and I'm just really excited about that one.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's my first hour from Fieldwork, so I'm really excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just excited that I do this podcast with Robert, because you're always bringing these incredible beers, and then I get to taste them, so it's pretty awesome. So thank you.
Of course.
The one that I'm looking forward to, so we actually it might have been in a previous episode, we talked about how we're doing a trade to get Treehouse, and one of the beer that we're reviewing today is part of that trade as well. But the one we didn't know what we were getting from Treehouse, but the guy sent it's Julius, and then so it's 4 J's and then 4 S's.
3 or 4 J's, and 3 or 4 S's at the end.
At the end, so it's it's triple IPA, right? And it's their version of Julius, or
I'm not.
Or what do they do?
I'm not sure what the difference, because they have Julius, and I've had Julius before. Very good, highly rated. I'm not sure what separates that from Julius from. However, Julius.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the distinct differentiation is. I think that it's just honestly supposed to have more of a citrus vibe to it, and it's supposed to be even juicier. I don't know if it's necessarily a different variation. I think that it's probably the same foundation as the Julius, but they just took it a little step further.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very excited to try that. It was cool to see the ones that we got, and I talked about in the first episode how I wanted to try Treehouse, and now we have Treehouse in our hands, and I don't know, it's
so
pretty
close.
Cool. It's pretty cool.
So close.
So like I mentioned, the beer that we're reviewing today is part of the trade that we did. So what are we drinking today?
Yeah, today we are going to be trying Vicinity from Trillium in Boston, Massachusetts. We're really excited about this one.
Very excited.
I believe this is my first from Trillium. I've definitely never had this beer, but I don't recall.
Didn't you have Trillium at Rear Barrel when they had it on tap?
Yes.
There?
Oh, you're right. I did.
Yeah.
Came Dawn. So this is not my first Trillium, but this is my first time having Vicinity. So really excited about this one. First IPA from Trillium.
Nice.
At least.
Yeah.
Is this your first Trillium? Or?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I don't even think I even tasted your...
You must have tried PM Dawn.
Maybe
if I'm excited about a beer, then I'm going to share it.
That's
and
true.
You were with me.
That's true.
I'm sure you took at least a sip.
I probably did.
Yeah, I don't think you got it, but you took a sip.
Yeah.
But yeah, so today, drinking Vicinity. Let's crack it open.
Let's do it, man.
Do it. So for those of you who are listening and not watching with us on YouTube right now, we're going to be drinking Vicinity, which is a double IPA from Trillium Brewing from Boston, Massachusetts. This one coming in at 8% ABV, so alcohol by volume. A really simple label, white, says the name of the beer, the brewing company. It has a blade on the side with what looks like maybe shucking an oyster or spreading jam on a muffin. Not quite sure, but really simple can art. So now that we have the beer poured in our glass, once again, this is Vicinity, a double IPA from Trillium Brewing, Boston, Massachusetts. You can take a look now that we have it in our Tekus, which is what we'll be tasting out of today. It's pretty opaque, murky, so definitely no seeing through this one. To describe it, it almost looks like if you poured a glass of orange juice and then maybe poured a little bit of milk into it.
That's a really good description
just to make it kind of the color that we have going on. It's almost like a dull golden color. But yeah, when we first poured it, it had decent head retention. You can see on my glass at least, it left a little bit of a lacing, which is a positive sign of a quality beer. Let's see what we get on the nose.
Let's do it.
This one smells really good. I mean, pretty much like
I can't wait to taste
really
this,
good, like all the good beers. I hope that it tastes how what we're getting on the nose. I'm getting a little bit of grapefruit and citrus, like orange.
I'm getting the grapefruit as well, and I do smell pineapple on this as well.
Definitely pineapple.
I feel like pineapple is coming in the most for me.
It's tropical.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it smells really good. Let's try it.
Let's try it.
It's good. It's really good.
Very good.
More bitter than I expected.
It is,
sure.
yeah. And I know I've said this. I do taste bitterness on this, and I don't usually taste a whole lot of. It's not overbearing and it's really good, but
yeah.
I do taste the bitterness on it. I really like it.
I mean, it's definitely it's bitter. It's it's 8%. Let me see. Yeah, 8%. I wasn't sure if there was a point anywhere there, so just 8% flat. Definitely masks that well.
Mm-hmm.
8%. I wouldn't be able to tell. Definitely, there's a strong bite to this one, but it's not overpowering. I still can easily sit through this and enjoy it.
Are you getting any of the flavors that you were smelling?
I'm getting grapefruit, I think, the most for me personally.
That's actually what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a lot of grapefruit. The smell on it to me is still. I smell pineapple a lot on it, but I do taste quite a bit of grapefruit.
It's got a little. I'm getting a little bit of a dry finish to this one.
Yeah.
It's like kind of crackery.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good. Not as when you first smell on the nose, it smells like it's going to be really juicy.
Yeah, really. That's why I was
taken back by the bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's not a bad bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strong bite, but not hard to work through at all. I'm sipping on this one.
This is my first. Well, I guess I might have had a sip of your Trillium, but my first East Coast beer. Wow.
Really? Yeah. No, this is a good one to be your first. This is a really good beer. Like I said, I'm getting a lot of grapefruit. You said you're getting a lot of pineapple.
On the nose, I'm getting a lot of pineapple, but when I'm drinking, I do grapefruit is coming through on the taste, and yeah, the finish. It's light carbonation, and it is a dry finish, and like you said, I was expecting it to be like really juicy because the aroma of it is very, very tropical, but there is like a dry finish on it, but it's really good. I don't think I really drink a lot of beers like this, and so I like it. It's something different than I'm used to.
Yeah, it's I would say a medium to slightly medium high mouthfeel on this one. Definitely coats the palate. But yeah, this is a really good beer. We'll continue to sip this one, see if it changes at all while we're drinking it. So for today, for Brewery Talk, we're doing beer trivia. Yeah, so I put together, I think,
I'm nervous. He's asked
6 questions, and so that's why I have
it's only 6.
It's only 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I kept it to a minimum. I didn't want to be excessive and ask a bunch of really challenging questions. But feel free to play along.
Dude, they might be challenging to me.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
That's okay. That's okay. No, I think I have confidence in myself.
Yeah. Be confident.
I am.
Yeah. Okay. So the first question is, and like I said, feel free
to
play
along. So is this like craft beer trivia or just beer trivia in general?
A little bit of, I would say more. It's leaning towards the more beer trivia in general.
Okay.
But there are craft-specific questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited.
So hopefully you guys can guess these answers before Ben does. Are you smarter than Ben?
Are you smarter than Ben?
All right, question number 1. Beer is the second most consumed beverage in the world. What's the first... Did I just screw that up?
You said it was...
I'm a really bad trivia.
No, you said it's the
second most. Okay,
and so what's the first?
So beer is the second most consumed beverage in the world. What is the first most consumed beverage in the world? And water is not an option.
Okay, I was just going to ask...
It's not a trick question. Water is not an option.
Okay. I am just going to say the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm going to say Coca-Cola.
No. False. It's tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see. I don't think of tea or coffee.
Yeah.
But
so I think it wouldn't have been Coca-Cola. It would have been just like soda in general.
Okay.
Yeah, would have been the answer if that were to be the case.
Okay. You would have given it to me if
I would have.
the correct answer.
I would have given it to you if soda was the correct answer. No, I wouldn't.
Tea.
I'm a harsh.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes
Especially in the Europe and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And we drink a lot of tea here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is the first craft brewery in the United States?
The United States, man. I mean, I want to say Bud Light.
It's not craft.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And we've talked about this because I watched a really good documentary.
There's like an American beer
about craft beer and the history on it, and I'm really proud of this.
Okay.
Do you know what it is? Do you remember?
Oh, what it is?
Yeah. So it's in California.
I was going to say Sierra Nevada.
No, so okay. It was even prior to Sierra Nevada. It's Anchor Brewing in San Francisco. Yeah, so they were really the starters of the craft beer scene in the entire U.S., which is pretty awesome. I mean, I will give you credit though. Sierra Nevada obviously was selling and pushing super bitter, hoppy beers before anyone even really knew they wanted them.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot of respect for Sierra. But yeah, the answer is Anchor Brewing in San Francisco. And they're still there today.
Not Bud Light. Are you sure it's not Bud Light?
Absolutely not. The question was craft brewery, not Bud Light. Oh, dear Lord, no. Okay, another question. Question number 3. What is the most popular beer style in the world?
Ooh. Okay.
I love how I was just hiding my phone.
I'm not looking.
Peek.
I'm not. Because I'm gonna kind of dissect this a little bit. Because I don't think it's IPAs. Because a lot of people that I know, like I don't know.
And we're saying the whole world, not
whole world. Yeah. Okay.
Not just the U.S.
Yeah. Because we really like IPAs, but I don't think that's the most popular. Most popular beer type. I'm gonna say stout.
No, I'm sorry, it's not
That's
stout.
okay.
No, and I hope someone out there got it right. It's actually Pilsners.
Pilsner.
It's Pilsners.
Okay.
And when I read that didn't surprise me at all. Just when I went to Europe, Pilsners everywhere. It was interesting actually. A lot of restaurants, they had 2 beers on tap, on draft, and they literally would say light beer, dark beer. And they didn't specify a style. And so I was like, okay, I guess this time we'll get the dark one.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
But yeah, a lot of Pilsners over there. A lot of Pilsners. Yeah. And they love their Pilsners. Actually, fun fact, approximately 90% of the beer that's consumed in the world is Pilsners.
What?
Yeah.
I never drink Pilsner.
Yeah. I mean, Pilsners are good. I don't
either. I just never
They're easy to drink, especially during summer. I could enjoy a Pilsner.
Mm-hmm.
That's not typically, like you said, we drink a lot of IPAs and stouts and sours now. And
I just don't usually, I wouldn't, I don't have anything against Pilsners. I just wouldn't usually go for it,
Yeah, that wouldn't be my go-to either. But 90%?
I do enjoy them.
Yeah, 90% of the beer that's consumed
that's actually
in the world.
Shocking.
Pilsners, in Europe and the rest of the world, they love their Pilsners.
Mm-hmm.
They're easy to drink.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They're not super heavy. When I was in... Where was I at the time? I think it might have been... It was somewhere in Europe. I went to it was an American-themed craft bar. And they had some IPAs. And it was actually... I thought it was really cool. They had some California beers there on tap. So I was really...
They call it a California beer?
No, they were I don't remember what...
they were from California.
No, they were from California.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember off the top of my head what breweries they were. But I asked the beer tender what his favorite style was, and he said he did not like IPAs. He said they're way too heavy and they get you drunk way too fast. And he's like, I don't like that. And so they I'm assuming that might kind of give a little insight into the culture over there in Europe, and they just like to be able to...
drink all day.
Drink all day, yeah. But then there's a huge craft brew scene also in Europe.
Yeah.
You were talking one of the past episodes, I believe, about Verdant.
Is...
And wanting to try that.
Yeah.
And, they have super high ratings. I'd love to get my hands on some of that as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Pilsners was the correct answer. Pilsner. The most consumed style of beer in the world is Pilsners.
I'm 0 for 3.
By far. Yeah. What is the most popular beer style in the United States?
Oh, man. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to get any of these right, but let's see. In the United States, the most popular beer style. I really need to think outside the box. I'm going to say lager.
No.
No?
No, it's IPAs.
Dang it! That's like what I
That's
wanted.
why when you said I'm going outside the box, I'm like, well, you just threw your answer away.
know,
I
gosh,
knew you
dang
would
it.
guess. I thought you were going to guess IPAs.
That's the most popular in the United States.
And I think that how this
That's
is
cool.
rated is based off of the trends. Maybe it might not necessarily be like sales. I know that, those big brewing companies like Anheuser-Busch and, Coors, they have taken hits lately in the last handful of years just because the craft beer scene is like growing and it's, in my opinion, so much better. But yeah, the answer would be IPAs, at least, for the time being.
Yep.
Right now. So, another question number 5. And how many have you gotten right so far?
I've gotten 0.
0, okay.
Zero correct.
0 out of 4. So maybe someone out there has gotten
Probably
all 4.
Probably doing a little better.
I'd be curious. Yeah, let us know if you got which ones you got correct.
If you're beating Ben.
But be honest. Question number 5, and remember only 2 left, including this one. Question number 5: most Americans live within how many miles of a craft brewery?
Ooh.
I think you know this one.
How many miles within a craft brewery? I would say 5.
10.
Dang
oh
it!
My gosh. I swear I thought you knew this one. I know we've had conversations about this before in the past. It might have been a while ago. But yes, the answer is 10. The average American lives within 10 miles of a craft brewery.
What a great place to live.
Yeah, I know. And even better, actually, for where we film, the closest brewery is less than a mile away. And then you have at least 3, and I could be missing some, so I'm saying at least 3 under 10 miles from where we're filming right now. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Final question. All of the following, and this one is going to be kind of a multiple choice, but you only select one.
Okay.
All of the following beer styles originated in Germany, except which one? Hefeweizens, Kolsch, Pilsner, Bock, or Gose?
So that's A, B, C, D, or E. So I'm trying to pick which one wasn't originated.
Correct. Which one did
Germany.
not originate from Germany?
Okay.
Hefeweizen, Kolsch, Pilsner, Bock, or Gose?
Crap, dude.
Gose, actually. I just realized I was pronouncing that wrong. I was thinking about it. I was like, actually, fun fact, I had to look up how to pronounce
Okay.
Gose, and it's Gose.
How do you... Okay, you said Bock was one?
Mm-hmm.
Pilsner.
So I'll rephrase it in a different way. Maybe this will
Well, I understand. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, well,
Go for it.
So you can hear them all again.
Yeah.
Which one of these did not originate in Germany?
Mm-hmm.
Hefeweizen, Kolsch, Pilsner, Bock, or Gose?
I'm going to go with Goza.
No. Sorry, man. It's Pilsner.
That's... Okay. That was like...
Honestly, I didn't know this one.
Yeah.
I didn't know this one either. And I was like thinking about I was like, Hefeweizen, that's got to be, founded in Germany. And then Kolsch.
In Kolsch.
Kolsch was like, that's definitely. So it was like, I was honestly confused between Pilsner, Bock, or Gose. And I had to look up how to pronounce Gose because I've had Goses before, but I was like, is it pronounced Gose? Or I didn't.
Goosey?
Gose. I didn't know how to pronounce it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've actually had conversations with people about that before, and I looked it up, and it's pronounced Gose.
Goza.
So it's Gose. So Gose, but it's pronounced Gose. Yeah.
But the correct answer was Pilsner.
The correct answer was Pilsner.
Pilsner did not originate.
Yeah, so out of the following styles, Pilsner was the one that wasn't created in Germany. Yeah.
Dude, I slayed that.
Yeah,
Multiple choice.
0 for 6, but you poured your heart out.
I did. I was trying really hard. That's funny.
No, you did well. I mean, some of those weren't easy, and the only reason I picked the Americans live within, how many miles of a brewery is because I had read that before, and I swore we had discussions on that before, and it's been released in articles.
I mean, we probably have, but
Mm-hmm.
we talk a lot, man.
Yeah, we do.
We talk a lot about.
Yeah, there's a lot
about
of
stuff.
just random crap you have to try to remember that I tell you.
And same to you. Same to you. That was fun though.
Yeah,
I do like trivia.
honestly, I had higher expectations. I thought you would do better. So maybe
fair.
I picked too hard. I'm sorry.
I thought I'd do better too.
I'm
but
curious.
That's okay.
Yeah, let us know if you guys were able to guess before we provided the answers and you got some right, because I thought I tried to make it. I didn't want to make it too easy. Like, what does ABV stand for?
Mm-hmm.
You know, What does ABV stand for?
Alcohol by volume.
There we go. Hey, 1 for 7 now. But yeah, so I wanted to make it a little bit challenging. But yeah, let us know if you guys got any right. I'd be interested.
Yeah.
Maybe I made it too challenging. So.
No, probably not.
Unless you're like a brewer or something, then don't bother.
Yeah,
that's
you probably know.
It's not fair. But yeah. What are you getting on this beer? Anything different?
So something different that I was getting, it started getting less bitter to me.
That's so funny.
I was drinking it.
Right when I was taking that sip, I was thinking, like, well, I'm not getting so much of the bitterness.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm curious if that's just because our palates are, for lack of a better term, kind of going numb to it or being desensitized by the bitterness. Because at first, it was really bitter. Like I said, again, not overly bitter, but it was pretty bitter. But yeah, I'm not picking up on that as much as now either.
I feel like I get more of the tropical flavor the whole way now. And before, the bitterness was like taking over, but now I'm getting like all of it. As it's like been like opening up, mm-hmm. I am enjoying it more.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it at the beginning as well, but that's what is so cool. I mean, the flavors change.
Yeah, you do pick up on different notes.
It's subtle,
too.
but and it changes, and it's like this whole experience. But I'm definitely enjoying it. More now.
And it takes at least a few sips to know if you like to really familiarize yourself with a beer and get to know if you like a beer.
Mm-hmm.
At least a few. So we can't just take 1 sip or 2 sips and know that beer.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the norm. But this one now that we've waited and after doing the questions, I'm getting the grapefruit up front, less bitterness, and I feel like on the back end I'm getting a little mango now. But yeah, this is a really good beer. Once again, this is Vicinity, a double IPA from Trillium in Boston, Massachusetts. Would love to make it out there one day.
Yeah,
hopefully.
We should. That'd be so fun.
8% ABV. Yeah, really good beer. If you can get your hands on it, do it. Trillium has really high ratings. Like we said, we haven't had too much from them, but we're hoping to get more in the future. So we're going to keep on sipping this one. It's a really good beer. But before we go, just a reminder, follow us, subscribe.
Yes.
So YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, like the videos or, whatever, review them. I think you can't really review a YouTube video, right? You can. Thumbs up, thumbs down, or
yeah,
you give a review?
It's like or dislike.
Okay, so don't tell them about that part. Just like it.
Yeah,
if you do like it, please. Subscribe. We'd love to have you following us so that you can get updates when we do release.
And you can see different beers that you might have never heard about.
Yeah, exactly. And then follow us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Original Brew Collective. Mm-hmm. I think it might be different for
Twitter. It is at Brew Original.
Yeah, at Brew Original.
Everywhere else, it's Original Brew Collective.
Yeah, follow us on whatever platform. Our content, there's slight variations of our content on each one. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to be getting the same thing across the board. We are making sure of that. And podcasts.
Yeah, if you want to listen or you have to stop watching but want to continue listening, mm-hmm. we're on every single podcast platform. Yeah. So you can listen to us anywhere.
Yeah, so subscribe, follow, like. We'd love to interact with you. If you have any comments.
For sure.
If you have recommendations on what we should review next, let us know. But in the meantime, until we hear from you, we're going to continue sipping this beer and enjoying it. So, cheers.